Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to iLeague Season 3. We have the last best of 3 happening now in the LAN playoffs. We have IG versus EP. The loser goes home at the end of this best of 3 series. Will it be 2-0? Will it be 2-1? We shall see. I'm Lysander, going to be joined here by Blaze. Are you there, my friend? Oh no.
Yeah.
Okay, he is. Okay.
Coming in loud and clear, I hope, and looking forward to this match, man. I've seen a lot of Energy Pacemaker through the qualifiers for iLeague, and they were looking really strong there. And although Invictus Gaming certainly is favored here, they did just get knocked down to the lower bracket, so I definitely think this could be anybody's game.
It can definitely be. I mean, Energy Pacemaker, they did upset IG once. Am I right to say that?
Reserve time.
Was it someone else?
IG got knocked out by VG. Energy Pacemaker got knocked out by Alliance.
Energy Pacemaker beat IG before in some other tournament.
They have beaten them, yeah. They actually 2-0'd them in the qualifier stage.
Alright, so I wasn't tripping. Alright, okay. Yeah, I mean, I hope Cyclops didn't wear you out too much, because this will be quite the game. I mean, an upset can always happen again. And that's one of the most exciting things about these games. You know, everyone expects IG to win. You know, you have Chuan, you have Ferrari, you have Burning. And Energy Pacemaker, they have Xiao Tulei and Old Chicken. Old Chicken, best name ever.
They have a lot of good guys. I actually like Fan, honestly, the carry player. He plays such an amazing Phantom Lancer. I actually hope we get to see it once again.
Phantom Lancer. Okay.
Oh, they banned it out. Last ban. Oh, they should have picked it in second phase. Man, his Phantom Lancer is actually like brilliant. It's one of the best I've seen.
Well, hopefully we get to see something else out of it and maybe see the Phantom Lancer in a later game. But
10 seconds remaining.
what do you think about the draft on EP?
Overall, I mean, I like the general wombo combo aspect. I think it's a lot stronger in this patch than it would have been, like, I don't know, 6 months ago. The fact that BKBs aren't as strong, the fact that pure damage goes through from Queen of Pain, and maybe from Lina if she gets farmed. But we'll have to see how the offlane plays out. If there was like a bounty hunter on the side of IG as a support, I actually think that Energy Pacemakers would have a really hard time because of the fact that they can't actually jungle the Sand King anymore. But since it's just going to be the Spirit Breaker, maybe the Chen gets involved on the dire side a little bit. It's mostly going to be Lina getting successful zoning with her long-range auto attacks and Sand King getting built up towards that early blink. So as long as they get an active early game core hero, maybe a Sven or something, on the side of EP, I think that they should be pretty fine in their lanes.
Yeah, because of the Spirit Breaker pick, Bounty Hunter, I don't think he has a slot for him anymor.
Yeah, not anymore.
Well, they could run Core Breaker. I mean, there's been a lot of silly things happening in this meta game.
No, Rubik and Chen should be 5 and 4.
Yeah,
and then Spirit Breaker will be offlane.
So what carry are we looking at here for Burning? I think Anti-Mage would be amazing here because Darkseer and Queen of Pain, great targets for AM. Even Lina.
Yeah, it's definitely not a bad pick. I think that'd be perfectly fine. I mean, you're also looking at here with a lot of effective HP from Hand of God, so you could go for something really aggressive and not really worry about automatically getting bursted out by Queen of Pain and Lina. I mean, Anti-Mage is good against all that magical damage. I think that'd be a pretty solid pickup. But if they wanted to go for something that's more combat-oriented, I could see that working too. The patch is very fast, so you don't always have to say, okay, just because I can go a hard carry, I should. We could just see something like a Lone Druid, but they go for the Viper.
Okay. They want to... Well, dare I say it's in line with the Death Ball flavor of the month. Viper was one of the main contributors to Death Ball in 6.83, was it? No, 6.82. And along with Razor, and now they bring him back with Spirit Breaker, Chen, knock down your towers, bowl them over.
Yeah. Good enough fighting potential too. The fact that he gets that passive maxed out means he's not going to be nuked down too heavily, and he gets a lot of effective HP from the Hand of God. So I think the Lone Druid would have had a lot of merit, but if it got too controlled, the bear that is, then he would have had some issues. So I think I like the Viper pick. For IG, I think that they could have pushed pretty well with the Chen, Rubik, and,
there's a lot of
the
stun,
Syllabear.
No, so.
But yeah, in the end, the Viper is really good, very tanky, and should be the anchor they can work
Viper?
around.
Wow. What?
Yeah, well, they know Ferrari's going to take the SF to the mid. The Viper's going to go safely, and that could be switched up now that they see the TA, but
is it like a bait?
Generally speaking, I think they're okay with it. I wouldn't say that. I think they're just they know how involved this TA can be. If she has Surge, if they have the Blink Burrow Strike, if they have the Light Strike Array, like this TA can do a lot of work and do some quick bursts that could give IG a lot of trouble. It's also one of the better heroes to survive a Spirit Breaker gank. Like Luo jumping in is gonna not be able to do much against Refraction. I think that old chicken is just pretty confident in this overall laning configuration if the Viper is in the safe lane.
I think that's the ultimate reason why they picked the TA. I mean, there is very little reason to actually pick a TA into a Viper. So, well, they go for that. It's a gamble. It's definitely going to be a gamble here. They can get heavily punished and flamed subsequently for this choice of position 1. Yeah, position 1. So, we'll see what happens here. We're going to run through the teams. I'll get IG and you can get your energy pacemaker. Were you the guy that liked that name a lot?
I thought it was interesting, definitely. Like, it's not your normal esports name, but I think it's pretty cool.
It does have an E in it. Alright, that jokes aside, we have C playing IG, or on IG Spirit Breaker, it's Luo. We have Faith on that Rubik. Ferrari on his Shadow Fiend. Burning playing up a Viper. Not the farmy hero you're used to. And of course Chuan playing up that jungle role Chen. Energy Pacemaker, all yours. We're gonna have a fight here soon, so you better be quick.
Oh yeah, so we're going to be seeing LT moving out with LE, that's the Lina and the Darkseer respectively. So that support Lina is going to be trying to build up early farm for Fan, who's going to be running the safe lane Queen of Pain, it looks like. And then of course they have the jungling Sand King. His name is like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. It's a little weird, so 2 is fine, I guess.
Wait,
but he's actually walking right up into multiple heroes.
The Sand
Jeez.
King's name is Xiao Tulei. Do you not have Chinese enabled? No, I'm not sure. Do you not see Chinese words? It's
I see. Yeah, I just see the characters.
in direct I think it's small little thunder. I think that's what it means. No, small two thunder. So you can call him Thunder or Lei. I think Lei for short would be great. But there's
looks
a
like they misclicked the sensor
on
ward down
Darkseer
by their tower actually. Well, that's unfortunate.
Oh really? They tried to pass the ward over. Wait, where am I supposed to be looking?
Yeah,
oh,
bottom
there.
2
Okay,
on
found
that
it.
side.
All right.
Like,
yeah, that
kind of weird.
that is so 6.82. I don't
Yeah,
know.
definitely.
It's like 2 versions old. Alright. Why don't you go talk a bit? Let me change the overlay a little very quickly.
Sure. So, Old Chicken's gonna have a pretty good matchup against Ferrari here, I think. I mean, if Chen brings in a Wild Wing Ripper, then that'll be different. And it looks like he actually already has that spawn, so he'll stack with it once, and he'll consider his options if he wants to farm or if he wants to help Ferrari in that 1v1 mid. But it is gonna be kind of an aggro set of heroes here. I mean, the Darkseer, the Lina, and the Sand King all in the bottom lane is pretty interesting. It means that they figured that if they just go for a straight up stacking on the Sand King, they'd feel like they couldn't get away with that greed. They would be kind of punished by it or pressured by it by the Shadow Fiend around like the 6 or 7 minute mark when he's trying to Sandstorm it down. They'd gank it and they'd raise it. But instead, he's going to get a pretty good offlane experience here. He's now level 2. Darkseer's got Surge for him, and that means a pretty easy Burrow Strike setup.
Yeah. On top of that, Darkseer will not be completely handicapped by this tri-lane because he can always go into the small camps and farm it up with Iron Shell. With the Lina's Light Strike, it'll be really helpful. So it looked like Chuan actually focused his attention down bottom, bringing natural disasters here to EP. So it'll be tricky for them. I mean, they'll be taking a lot of damage, and they did skimp a lot of regen, especially Sand King. And there you go, Darkseer.
Yeah, just kind of his basic opener here. It's not going to be great for sustain, but I mean, right now they don't really have too much direct pressure coming in. The Chen can't get involved this early on. A nice telekinesis. Yeah, I mean, he's going to take some damage, but Faith is level 1. There's like no way you can actually kill him, and he'll just get a free roam.
Yeah, so he'll be safe. And well, he's going to be solved up here by the Lina, but I think Faith will get some free last hits here. Yeah, he will. So he'll steal the 2 Ogre Bruises and be level 2 at the back end of that. And LE is actually going back in there, trying to get a punch on the Rubik, maybe.
Yeah, I mean, Faith is very slow right now. Even with the boots first, 340 MS is not much. So if they found an opening where they could stun him out, I think the Rubik would fall. But they're looking for their opportunity, and it looks like they're just going to keep themselves spread out for the moment and try to maybe mess with the pull when it comes through. But either way, how do you feel this offlane is working for them? I mean, the Sand King is getting his levels. He's now level 3, went for 2 points in Burrow Strike. And he's gotten some last hits here, 9 and 4 over the Viper, 7 and 0.
Well, Uh, I actually think the Chen has made this Sanking pick a lot less effective because Hand of God is just super powerful against Epicenter initiation. Because Epicenter, yeah, you could say it's heavy damage. I'm not sure how to describe Epicenter. It's not a bursty kind of spell. At the same time, it does a lot of damage in a very short time. It's kind of like a fast DPS. So, but the thing is that Chen can still out-heal it, you know, with his Mech and Hand of God. He can really offset a lot of Epicenter damage. So, I'm not sure prioritizing the...
Ooh,
Faith's
Faith.
gonna get caught. I think that's First Blood. Yeah, it should be First Blood.
Yep.
Yeah,
Yep,
but
they're
yeah.
going to be able to finish him off with one more right click from the Lina, and First Blood will go to LT. So he's going to get his boots up. Ari has the Flying Courier online, so he's pretty much in the money right now.
Yeah, the thing about focusing the farm on the Sanking is you'll get a dagger early. So although it may not be the best to invest in the Sanking, it's all they have now. I mean, the way they drafted it is kind of odd. The TA was put middle, the Queen of Pain moved to the side, and they tried this aggressive tri-lane to pair with Lina later on to do a lot of damage, I think. Surging up the Sanking will be really good for initiations as well. So I think they're going for this more gang-oriented play. It's shifted a lot to brawling instead of sitting back and greeding up. So I think it can have a lot of potential, especially against Viper. Viper is good against one guy,
Chicken on mid.
but it's not good against three. Oh yeah, Chicken. Yeah, it's gonna go down. Tomato clap, and yeah, he raised. So Ferrari scored at 1 for 1. So do you agree?
Yeah, just nice smoke play, getting the chain stun and getting the dust down. They committed everything they needed to. It's kind of a 190 gold investment just to get the kill, but it gives Ferrari pretty much a free lane now. Like, they're just going to clear out this tower, and they're going to be met with response down bottom. Iron Shell and Sand King, they'll clear out the creep wave, but it's just more right click coming in from IG.
Yeah, this Viper is definitely getting punished here. This tri-lane, I think, was focused on him because Viper is good against one hero. Oh no, TA getting caught again. All right, Chicken's fine, and he's gonna run away. But yeah, Viper is good against one guy, but not against three.
Yeah, he just didn't. I mean, he's just like, this is a very early game state for him. He can't really kite the surge, and then obviously he didn't get much support. I mean, a single Rubik is not a great defensive position to be in. The Wild Wing is okay as far as warding them off and making sure IG got their levels, but they're going to need a lot more to bring themselves back into it. And we do see him getting some good damage onto the Darkseer. He'll use the Surge defensively, and that means the Sand King won't be looking for a kill for a little bit here. They're going to be Telekinesis actually forcing the fight, and there's a Shadow Fiend TPing in.
Yeah, they could get him here. There's a cow coming in. Charging on up, trying to test his faith. No, going for the Lina instead. They know the cow's been settled here, so they spit away. Lina's going down, and the cow coming in from the side. They could charge on in. Ferrari's movement might have given this away. Nope. Gonna stop short of that. Double damage. Gonna be secured here by Ferrari. And yeah, like you said, Chen, well, he does need to go into the jungle initially, and I mean, that's the price of picking a Chen. It's a very strong hero, but you pay for it with initial weak lanes. And well, now that he's come online, he does have level 4 and a bunch of creeps here. So this tier 1 tower will take a lot of damage or even go down. I don't think they want to defend this. There's no dagger, no epicenter, level 4 Sand King. And there we go, the aggressive try, no surge on in the barrel strike. We get 2, nope, only gets Ferrari. And the Queen of Pain actually TPing in. That's a level 1 vacuum. Gonna secure that Sonic Wave as well. Send back Ferrari! No! Oh, he got out! Oh man. That was a Sonic Wave blown as well. That's a long cooldown to expand on the missed kill. And well, aggressive tri-lanes do have a hefty price. You are rather under-leveled. You know, you expect your Sand King to be level 6. If he was safe lane by now, he would be level 6 like the Queen is. Level 7 even. And even have that epicenter online to do massive damage. But now, level 2 Barrel Strike, not the most effective. And Ferrari is going to tank himself for getting power turrets as well as a magic wand upgrade. So, not going greedy here, and he will stay alive as a result. That was just a couple of brunches doing work.
Yeah, honestly, there were so many different ways that kill could have happened. I mean, even power treads on the Queen of Pain probably gets that kill, but they're just a little short, and that just is going to allow the Shadow Fiend to keep his souls racked up. He's actually going for the mechanism build as per the usual, and then they're going to stay involved as far as pushing together. This leaves the Chen open in terms of his items. Might go for like a Vlad's, or you know, I've seen Ag's Rush. I'm not the biggest fan of it, but really even like a Pipe of Insight could be good for the team. So there's a lot of options for Chuan here.
I think Chen's Axe Rush is really powerful because of the Granite Golems. If you look at EP, apart from the Templar, no one else really can do massive physical to that Granite Golem. And oh, missed the pointy hit. In trouble here, Faith gets Faith Bolt off. He's gonna just hold back on that telekinesis, waiting for that surge to come out. And looks like Love will go down. Spits once again. It's burning, scoring a second kill this game. He's done a great job avoiding death in his bottom lane, playing defensive like the experienced player he is. And now Luo's gonna find his tasty stack, and he might try and steal some of it. He has a lot of low health ones as well. Easy pickings, and now Ferrari comes in with Illusion. He can actually stand to get a lot of damage onto this ancient stack.
Yep, already clearing out the lesser dragons with the raises and now going in for a few right clicks. They have to be a little bit careful though, the illusions are scouting things out. In the end though, Old Chicken I think will be able to claim most of the remainder unless it's a very heavy confrontation coming in. IG getting the ward down, Faith coming in with the flank, and they're just going to push down the tower first and foremost so that they don't have any reinforcements if the fight does actually ensue. There's no way TA farms it while they're here, so it's kind of a impassable terrain here for the Ancients while that push is going on, and then they can rotate and bring all 5 for the Ancient fight.
Yeah, I'm just keeping my eyes on the cow. He's thinking about it. He's like, should I run up the stairs? Oh no, Alpaca, no, run!
Geez.
Oh, he's net of blast. Oh, all right, there's your net of bash, net of blast, net of strike. He takes out the curry. I didn't know you could do that. Well, I guess all magic.
Yeah, it's very uncommonly seen, but it is definitely possible. But
all right,
geez, that is
courier, Alpaca down. Now he's charging up top, looking for Fawn, the Queen of Pain. He is playing that Queen of Pain in the carry role, so we'll see how much his carry skills translate into that. One thing actually, TA actually got a indirect buff with the Desolator being really cheap. Do you think it's worthwhile rushing it now over things like Drums, Aquila?
I'd say Aquila is still pretty important here if you don't have a Basilius on your team, but I would say Drum might be cut out of that build. It's kind of a middleman item to build you up so that you can get into that position. When you have Surge and all these Blink Daggers, you're going to be able to get to the fight the way you want, and I think the Desolator right-click outmatches the attack speed buff that you're getting from the Drums.
Oh, Faith, 1,200 gold, holding back on the Arcane's purchase. Looks like he is going to be rushing a Blink, if not Force, and this could be a really bad gank, but there is no Epicenter right here. It's a 3-3 build here for the Sand King. Your thoughts on 3 Sandstorm over Epicenter when he's not jungling?
I mean, Epicenter is going to be almost useless on him until he gets his Blink Dagger, so really it just comes down to how fast that Blink comes out. In this case, I think it's fine to go for this build because he thought he'd be jungling. Unfortunately, it's just IG are too good. They're putting Observer Wards down in his jungle, they're farming up his camps, they're preventing him from making the use of this Sandstorm, and I kind of feel like it's a timing issue. The fact that, generally speaking, when you send the Sand King to the off lane, you have one support staying back at home, stacking up for him so that he can get levels and gold in the bottom lane or in the off lane, and then he goes back and gets a ton of farm in the jungle. But that wasn't happening. It was just a Queen of Pain solo 1v1. They put all 3 heroes bottom, and as a result, it's just Sand King getting the normal amount of farm.
Yeah, and the thing is, the Spirit Breaker nearly killed the Queen of Pain early on as well, forcing her to burst a lot of regen out. So, I think even that lane, you would expect the Queen of Pain to win, was not as smooth sailing as he would like. And his first gank, that Sonic Wave, very unfortunate failing there with the help of Chuan. So, all in all, I think all the temple plays that EP have tried to make have failed, and that TA's Ancient Sack getting stolen, I think that was the biggest. If you watched Waga's TA guide, he did emphasize really heavily on how Ancients are very important for the TA, and having that stolen from him is a huge disadvantage.
Yeah, I really think that if IG wins this game, it's on the back of how well they know how reliant the neutral creeps are, EP, for them trying to kill off the jungle creeps for Sand King, killing off the ancient creeps for TA. Like, their management of that, with their sentries, with their obs, and with their movement on the map, has been defining this early game. And they're going to get the deny on the tier 1 bottom, so, I mean, Faith is already kind of getting that solo experience down there, getting the spell steal up, and now they're going to make their move on mid.
There's a cow going in on the TA. Well, we'll see how well he survives this. There's a dust of the true sight, so that's going to be him going down. Nether Strike right onto him as well. Poisons, extra bash to go on with it. 17%, 100% of the time it works. And Xiao Tulei, he is playing with fire here. The Sonic Wave, once again, completely nullified by the Hand of God. Charges in, takes him out with the Dugan, and Burning, meanwhile, picks off freebies. all around the map, and now he's got 4 kills to his name, 0 deaths. Started off on that safe lane against that try, and he's starting to build that Aghanim Scepter, having not needing to build that mech since 430 is getting it for him. And now with the mechanism completed as well, it's Death Ball, man. It's definitely Death Ball now.
Yeah.
EP,
but it's also a mistake, really missteps from EP. Like, the two-man play there with Sand King and Queen of Pain, even if there was no mech or Hand of God, that wasn't going to work. Like, you needed 2 or 3 screams out. You needed the Sand King to just sit there in Sandstorm for, it's nearly, like, I don't know, 10 seconds straight. IG weren't going to just stand there and let that happen. They had a Sentry Ward ready. They just were able to control the Queen of Pain and turn it around. It seems like a feed almost. It was really a big misplay.
Desperation.
That cost them their tier 2, cost them Roshan.
Play. No epicenter as well, so yeah, we talked about the AoE damage being nullified by Chen, and it's what really makes the hero too powerful in some people's eyes. I mean, Puppy as well as a few others really price the Chen above a lot of heroes. And now Burning running right in there. He might get picked up. Oh no! Screws up the Barrow Strike. That's gonna be really bad, but you're gonna pay an old chicken. Gonna get back in on 5 there. Really big place, but the Raze has taken out your Templar Assassin. Main damage has been taken out. Nether Strike across. There goes your Dogs here. The Light Strike gonna land on Luo there. The Raze hitting all 3, and the bashes come out all around, and the Barrow Strike stolen as well. Faith scores them, and 430 with a double kill. He will now return to his Roshan undisturbed, walks through the wall cause he's a boss, and now Roshan will fall the proper way, and Ferrari will score himself a second life. 2,000 gold to boot, and 40 minutes in, it's 9-1. Not looking good at all for EP. IG get revenge for that upset.
Yeah, I mean, the Wall of Replica and Vacuum were really good, but that's not by itself going to win the fight, unfortunately, at this stage. Later on, the fact that you get that maxed out Wall of Replica, it does all that damage based on, like, what, 90% replica damage it scales up to. Late game, that's a really big deal for all these stat heroes, stealing the aura, the presence of the Dark Lord, and things like that. But at this stage, it's just kind of the initial nuke damage that's really nice, and after that's delivered, then really IG had nothing to worry about. So they kind of just stand and deliver. They're able to withstand the opposition, and now they're 9-1 with an Aegis and a BKB on top. Ferrari is just massive right now.
Yeah, I feel that Old Chicken is a better player than this, man. He has been wrong with this TA pick. Do you agree with me on this? I feel like the TA pick has really done nothing much. Yeah, you could say Refraction helps you resist ganks, but not against Chen, Creeps, and Viper. I mean, they had full knowledge of all the enemy heroes. It was a last pick TA. The last pick is supposed to be an advantage, not disadvantage. So, I think
it was just for the 1v1 matchup, and while that's probably this is one of the few heroes that can withstand Ferrari Shadow Fiend mid and give them the confidence there. I don't know. It was.
I thought Quap would have been a good idea. Maybe, I don't know.
Yeah, if they wanted to put Fan in the safe lane on something different, then I guess that's fine. But I guess they just thought that the ganks would play out a little bit differently. I don't know. It's really they thought that they'd get space. They picked the Sand King and the TA because they thought they'd tap into the Ancients and into the jungle. And 9 out of 10 games, you'd be absolutely right. But in this game, IG have just dominated the neutral creeps, and as a result, they're not able to kind of get that sudden burst that these heroes allow them, and that's the weakness.
Well, here comes C going in once again. Old Chicken's about to be punished. Nether Strike goes in, and there's a bash, and it will take him out, test his faith. He will collapse to the ground once again. 10-1, and there will be no opposition for this tier 3 tower push. Is there a buyback? There is, but I'm not sure what he can do with just a Ring of Aquila and an empty bottle.
Sand King going to smoke up here. This is where they can maybe get the epicenter off. They need this epicenter in order to hold the high ground, but Lena's got to smoke now in order for that to happen. So there we are. He's in Viz. He's going to look to channel the epicenter out of vision and out of that Wild Wing Tornado, and that will be netting them the kill. But we'll see Faith back off. He will break the smoke of the Sand King, and the Radiant see him. They can just charge him, Nether Strike him, prevent the epi.
No, Sonic Wave going in. Ferrari wrapping it up with the Requiem of Souls will reduce all that damage. Not like they had any to begin with. LT got to go down. Yeltu Lake gets the epicenter off, but the mechanism, the Hand of God, and now the Aegis popped here by himself. They have lost Chen as well as the Aegis, but it's not enough as Burning just stands and delivers. Fun tries to do something with his double damage. Nearly gets it, but the wall will betray the Viper, and Burning will lose his life. And it's 14-3. EP. Oh boy, it's not looking good for them. I wouldn't be surprised they just call GG and try and make things right in game number 2, because this game, it's far gone. We look at it net worth, it's about to break 12,000. There we go, GG. So, you know, shape up, get ready for game 2, I guess.
Yeah, they put too much dependency on the jungle. IG really pressed their advantage in the laning stage. Shadowfiend got suppressed a little bit by the TA, but for the most part, they won the bottom and top lanes, and they were able to make a very aggressive move against those Ancients, against the Dire jungle, at the perfect time that EP couldn't really rebound from what was kind of an awkward laning stage down bottom.
Yeah. So would you say outdraft?
I would say outplay in the sense that the draft, in many cases, team versus team, these drafts would have actually, I would say, favored EP slightly, but because IG were so good about positioning themselves in the enemy jungle by killing off the TA 5 times this game, like they just had the right mindset going into this game, and I think that's what won it for IG.
Well, I believe in Old Chicken. I've seen him play. He's more legit than this, and even Xiao Tulei, that guy, he has made a lot of plays on that on his role off lane, off lane position. So I'm looking forward to seeing more. Xiao Tulei as well as Old Chicken. We'll hope to see them in the next game performing better, and hopefully the draft doesn't get skewed as much. Going to game number 2, Blaze, what do you think EP should be banning out, looking to ban, or strategies they should be playing?
I mean, anything early tempo, the Chen does seem like a really powerful force right now. Even with the 6.84C nerf, it's still a very active hero early on, and it's something that Chuan's very comfortable with. So that maybe similar bans from the game 1, and then just bring something different to game 2. Maybe get that Phantom Lancer out a little bit earlier.
All right, get that Phantom Lancer. All right. Well, we're gonna hop into game number 2. I think this game was pretty one-sided. Hopefully we'll get a better one in game number 2. Otherwise it will be a really short broadcast, and that is not gonna be that, I hope. But 80 minutes. Hopefully we'll top that next game. And I'm Lysander, he's Blaze. We'll be back with game number 2. Sorry about the technical issues at the start, but we'll fix them for game number 2. Don't worry guys, we'll be right back. Much love and Kappa.